Okay, everybody, welcome in. Thanks for joining us on another community show hangout. I'm glad you're all here. I just wanted to say thank you again. Appreciate you guys giving support and as well as following us, keeping up to date. Also, super happy about, by the way, the Zeely onboarding. Folks have been getting in as well as being able to do the quests. So that's really cool. And we have a bit of a extra towards the end of this that you don't want to miss out. So try to stay for the whole show because we're going to announce something pretty fun. As well as if for those of you who are watching the recording, you don't want to miss out as well. So wait till the end of the show when we go ahead and get that little alpha for you. All right. So um, just to start off here, Mike, you still there, right? Unless he ran off.
No. I'm here. I am
Okay,
here. I have you muted.
good. No, you're good. You're good. All right. So the we wanted to start off with just a couple of updates because I'm sure if some of you guys have noticed, the token has technically changed, not really, but it has. I just wanted Mike to speak into that with the FLMC token.
Yeah. So we uh, made an executive decision because there was a lot of confusion between FLM token and a very old DeFi project called Flamingo. And so, a lot of folks were looking up FLM and they were pulling up Flamingo and getting confused. So we decided to switch it to FLMC. And I think there's like 5 wallets that need to get an airdrop of the token. So that will be coming shortly. If you bought any FLM tokens, you'll be getting an FLMC equivalent 1-to-1 as soon as we finish the airdrop contract, and then there will be a release. Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to do alpha yet. All right, that's all I have for currently. I'll give alpha in a minute.
Phew! Okay. I was gonna jump in if you didn't, but I'm like, all right, cool. All right.
Oh, yeah, shut up.
So,
All right.
all right, awesome. So, just to be clear, guys, it's just really to try to get our make sure our branding is correct here, and we don't want people looking up FLM and be like, "What's Flamingo?" So, we just decided, hey, I think it's just the best way to do that. So, smart choice by our execs. Um, Number two, we want to be able to kind of get more into the FLMC utility, like and as well as just Fleemint in general. The question really is why is Fleemint or the FLMC token? Why is it the ecosystem of choice in DeFi? And I want to let Mike speak into it because I know he's pretty smart at explaining this. I kind of say things and people are like, "What did he just say?"
Well, I can. So, as you guys are aware, a lot of DeFi projects out there ultimately become, uh, the nice word is pyramid. And basically they build upon new or more revenue coming in, which then feeds the bottom portion of the pyramid. But ultimately, only the people in the very top make any real money. What we're building, as we may have discussed before, is we're building a token system, actually an environment that is fundamentally different. We're bridging the gap between Web 2, so traditional businesses, and Web 3, right? Because what traditional businesses today, what they're lacking, is they're lacking the ability to have good areas for funding and the ability to get funds right now, especially in this current market with high inflation and high interest rates. It's difficult for even an established business that makes a good revenue to get anything less than a 15 to 19% APR on any type of business loan. So what we're building ultimately will be funded from these Web 2 guys, right? And as they come in, uh, the rewards that they're offering you guys will be based upon the amount of funds that they normally would have allotted to pay back a more traditional finance loan, but instead, you as the consumer or you as the loan offerer, aka staker, you will be the one who reap those rewards.
Gotcha. So, kind of basically it's like we're now, instead of the centralized financial institutions being the source of these, and the vetting and all that stuff for these businesses, even established businesses, it's basically, it'd be Fleeman, and on behalf of our investors who are saying, hey, we have this opportunity presented before you, be able to get realistic, stable,
Hmm.
steady income
That's only
stream.
one thing too, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. That's what I was gonna point out, is
yeah,
that this is,
because
by the way, that this is the arm of the venture capital arm we're focusing on. We're not talking about the
the other
future
side,
things. Yeah,
yeah, the other side of things that we're working on is we're working on the ability. Actually, we have the ability today, but working on a streamlined method for again, this will be partnering with other Web 2.0 folks for using the using an NFT as a mirror to a real world asset or a real world object. The example I like to give is imagine you're Nike, right? Nike has a big issue with fraud and people trying to sell Air Jordans that are basically fake Air Jordans. But if we were to partner with them or someone of that caliber, when we were to generate an NFT for every pair of shoes that gets released off of the line with a serial number, some the color schema, basically, all the metadata that represents that shoe, the customer, when they buy the shoe, they would also get the token, the NFT token, which shows they have true ownership, and a verifiable and valid way of proving that that is actually really a genuine Nike pair of shoes. And when
right,
they go to sell it, they would, instead of like listing the actual shoe itself, it would be much quicker and easier for them to list the NFT, which proves that they are the owner. And so, as part of listing the NFT on Fleeman, they can then sell that shoe on our marketplace, and person who's the buyer would be guaranteed that they're going to be getting a genuine Nike shoe. So it solves the problem of having to deal with fakes or things like that in the environment. And if you look at all the things that we do in this planet, like between gems, art, you know tons of video games, you name it, there's so much room right now for the authentication of those physical assets. The sky's the limits.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, knockoff, like, industry is like ginormous, right? And they thrive on the fact that, oh, you could buy this knockoff. But then the imagine, like, these large companies, that they hate this stuff because they're like, hey, we want to be genuine and stuff like that. We want to make sure that it's authenticated, especially the luxury industry, right? Talking about Gucci, talking about these other high end, where you want to make sure it's a legitimate piece of whatever you're buying. Can you imagine, as we partner with these kind of companies, and then their customer base would then onboard onto our platform, and say the way now to do it, instead of going to, let's say, for instance, you would go to eBay, or you go to some other place, like, like these local neighborhood apps that you could sell and buy on. you know they those platforms cannot have any way to verify whether something's real or not, right? Whereas we say, no, we can actually verifiably say this belongs to this item and it's not a forgery. So we really are utilizing blockchain, Web3 technology to be able to make Web2 realistic in terms of how to do business in a proper fashion. So we're actually kind of almost, you could say, that's how we're going to revolutionize the industry. Not just only on the venture capital side, but as well as like the NFT, and as well as doing any kind of like real assets. So
One of the coolest things that we're doing, and we're actually implementing this right now. It should be done in the next couple of weeks. Again, I might get a little bit hand slapped, but it's okay. We're building out a system where even my grandma would have the ability to buy that NFT and not even need to worry about having a MetaMask wallet and understand tokens. And all that stuff is hidden behind the scenes for the standard, for the end user who doesn't care about it. For the end user who does care and actually wants to, reap the reward for staking FLM, or FLMC, there'll be the option to do so as well. But for the standard buyer who just wants to know, hey, I want to know that I'm getting a genuine product, right? And I don't want to deal with, tokens. They can buy their item using their credit card, right? And behind the scenes, we are basically building all the infrastructure they need for them using their phone number and or email address.
Yep, yep. And so, and that's why, and I know this is something like, in this industry, something actually to bring up about that, making an account and stuff like that, is normally in other industries, uh, KYC is a normal thing on Web2 businesses online, right? You have to give you have to make your account, you have to give your information, your address, all that stuff, right? So that's normalized. It's just when you get to Web3, it gets a little bit like everyone's like, oh my gosh, right? Kind of gives that
Well,
knee
yeah,
jerk
yeah, you have to
reaction.
check. Like, you don't upload your ID to not buy something on
Yeah.
Amazon, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah, yeah.
with crypto, you have to actually have an ID uploaded and things like that. So it's a little bit more strict. But
Yeah.
again, all that stuff can be streamlined.
Yeah, exactly. And so in terms of like adoption though, that's why it's not that it's actually not as hard to see, oh, KYC is already existing, but like that, like Mike said, it's not in a form of, oh, you have to upload your ID or anything. Now, of course, Web3, because of the issue of, there's a lot of scams and rug pulls and stuff like that, that's an issue. But with Fleeman, that's what we're trying to establish, is that we're trying to establish a brand that says you can actually trust our brand, trust our project, our company. So that way, in terms of requirements. I mean, imagine if you're trying to trade, do all these stuff, and like you said, you bought the NFT, but you want to deliver the shoe to the person, you have to get some information to be able to get to them. So that's why for us, we're also creating we have a system right now that we are being able to vet people and make sure there's no scammers within our ecosystem too. We have to make sure those things. So because there's a lot of folks out there, so that's one of the part of the things that we want to make sure of on an internal audit side of things, right? So we want to make sure we're safe, you're safe, all of our customers safe in our ecosystem. So um now in terms of, we got a few vertical streams of income. One is doing the venture capital arm, one is doing like an NFT arm, and eventually, I think as our platform builds out, we're gonna have some marketing opportunities for businesses as well as anyone who wants to come into our platform. Say, hey, we got this user base, and they're able to come in and get the ad revenue, and then and down the line, that benefits all of our FLMC holders, as well as those who are making LPs and being able to get into that. So I kind of wanted to touch a little bit on it, because I know the on our white paper we have the tokenomics per se, like kind of written on there. But for those who, I guess, who didn't read it all the way through and not really fully understand, I just wanted Mike to reiterate, to say, hey, how does one really profit? And I know we're talking high level, but in terms of detail, how would someone who has FLMC token profit in the ecosystem?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the first level is speculation, right? Hold on to the token, wait for the price to go up, sell said token, right? Well, how are you gonna have any clue whether or not the price is gonna go up? Well, a couple different reasons why you can, uh, either a know that it's gonna go up or believe it's gonna go up, and that would be based on the fact that the FLM token is the purchasing token from within our environment, hence the C for currency. And so that token is used for participating in all the projects that we're working on, including the NFT stuff. Again, when we're fully built out, it's going to be transparent to the user. But essentially, if you come in with a BUSD or USDT or whatever, whatever stablecoin you end up coming in with, behind the scenes, we're going to swap that out for FLMC, and then you'll then swap that out again within the smart contract for the particular object or venture capital investment. And the cool thing is, by using zappers, or by basically keeping it all within the smart contract, again, we're making it an easy, low barrier to entry, right? Because that's kind of where we have to be able to work with standard, Web 2 folks who are also going to want to be able to either buy things or participate in the VC portion of this. We're trying to broaden the user base of the FLMC token as well as the FLMC environment. So that's number one, is speculation. Number two, all the folks who join us for venture capital, all of them have a marketing budget that we that's part of the agreement when they join. They have a marketing budget that works with us, and that marketing budget is for stakers. So folks who want to stake the liquidity pool, and which the liquidity pool ends up being FLMC plus their token, and then you stake that and you get rewards from them, right? So the marketing budget is one other way, and then the final way is the using it again within the environment for purchasing into venture capital. Let's say we have a VC arm that's giving away, let's say, 15% APR of over the next year, right? You can buy let's say $1,000 worth of FLMC. You go ahead and stake it using the Zapper contract, which does all the background work for you. And next thing you know, you wait a year. Well, actually, you don't have to wait a year. You're going to get returns every week on that APR. After a year gone by, your tokens unlock. You can take your tokens back, or you can take them and invest them into something different, right? You can compound them. So those are the three ways.
Gotcha. And then I do want to touch on this a little bit. So the reward token, just for clarification, say what do I get rewarded in, right? That's I guess the
Oh
ultimate
yeah. Well,
question.
are we ready to talk? We're ready to bring out or talk about that, or is that still hidden?
Daniel, are we allowed to say it?
Yeah, are we allowed to say it, Daniel?
Yeah. You're good. You're good to go.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm just
as
trying to
you
keep the
guys,
guys busy in the general chat, so you're good to go.
okay, yeah, as you guys are aware, generally speaking, reward tokens equal deflationary pressure on the primary token. So, thinking about the way reward tokens work, we spent some time and actually, thought about this a little bit deeper than just let's just spin up a minting contract and start minting FLMC out to people until we hit our max token count, right? And by the way, if you didn't know, FLMC has a maximum token count of 20 million tokens. Okay. So, but with the reward rate, what we're doing is we're setting a fixed reward rate that is not just convertible into FLMC, but you can use in the future the rewards to purchase into other VC options, to buy NFT real world objects off the marketplace. So it's not like every single FLMC or FLMR, which is the reward token, it's not like every single FLMR that we are going to hand out has to be converted into an FLMC, but every single FLMR we hand out has to be backed by a Web2 VC firm and their marketing budget, or our own marketing budget. So it's not mint for mint's sake, right? That's the point.
Yeah. So the main thing, guys, is we're basically what Mike is saying is we're making a sustainable way of making profit. Like,
Right. So think of inflation. Every time we mint a new token, it
mhm,
inflates the supply. But by having it backed by someone who's basically paying for that, we now don't have we have a supply increase, but we also have a monetary increase to go with it. So it technically is a wash.
yep. So essentially, we're not inflating ourselves to death. Like a lot of these rebasing projects, right? This is like a flash from the past, right? Like maybe, and I mean like a year ago, a year and a half ago, where rebasing tokens was the thing, and we're not doing that,
Mm-hmm.
or even other
That's a huge
projects.
problem.
Yeah. Same with other projects that still have
Yep.
infinitely inflating tokens, right? Regardless, even if it's not rebasing, but they're constantly like another project is like sandwich tokens and protocols, right? It's the same issue of there's no balance to how do you inflate and deflate, have those kind of mechanics, and as well as to make sure that that every single reward that's given out is actually backed by a dollar, a revenue, some way to make sure that when they sell or exit out of that reward, that it's not harming the other holders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we're not saying that other protocols can't be successful with an unlimited mint feature, but we just haven't seen any yet. So we don't we rely on this crazy thing called math, and if you look at the math of it, having an unlimited reward token and no way of actually validating or pumping in any additional funds, but you just keep rewarding people, that equals, basically death of the token over time, right?
Yep.
So we're building a system that's much more robust. It's going to last a long time. The reward system doesn't rely on the fact that we can mint new FLMC because eventually we will have hit the 20 million FLMC release, and that's based on a release schedule, right? And so once that schedule is done, how do you continue to reward people then? Well, you have to spin up a new token, you have to do a derivative token, all this other crazy stuff that you see happening in DeFi. Well, for us, we've already planned out that, so it's not going to ever happen that way. There will never be a time where we have to swap our token for something derivative, because we already have the FLMR token, which is based on the rewards from our other vendors or our other partners.
This is why he's our CTO. So, just for all you folks out there, I know most of folks here, you're all used to DeFi market, just crypto in general. But for those still kind of like, okay, I'm still wrapping my mind around this. Just understand that we are basically building a sustainable system that can go on or on and on and on. Like essentially, there's really no way there. We thought through all the different roadblocks that could come up with this. And so, I mean, just even look at just the financial world right now in general in the world. What's the biggest problem? We have inflation, and the mechanics for deflating aren't working, right? Because unfortunately, they weren't smart enough to figure out, oh wait, we can't just infinitely do this, because they relied not on math, they relied on political power and all this other stuff that, quite frankly,
Well,
it's just
yeah,
up to the world, right?
they feel
So
like they're and when they get inflation, they just continue to inflate even harder, which doesn't help you.
yeah, exactly. So we're kind of taking a lesson from there too, saying we're not doing that. All right, cool. Well, thanks, Mike, for kind of really getting to the how people can technically, like the technical side of, hey, how do you get rewarded? How do you make profits off
Mm-hmm.
of venture arm, as well as even like later on, if you're, obviously when we did the NFT stuff, it's going to be more like, direct profits going back and forth, because P2P, right, or user to user, person to person.
Mm-hmm.
But in this instance, for those of you who would want to take the complicated parts out of how do I invest and make profits off of venture capital opportunities, we've done the work for you essentially. So, okay. I want to throw this next one actually to Daniel. Daniel, talk about what, like, the pre-sale details. Like, people are wondering, okay, it's a pre-sale, and I know there's some questions in there like, hey, what's the token launch price, and what's this price right now, and so on and so forth. I want Daniel to kind of talk about that.
Okay. Right now, what we're having is a pre-sale. I know not many people um are aware of the fact, in the sense that they're presently buying the FLMC token at a 50% discount. Um, it was with like mixed feelings, when I saw John put that out yesterday, and you see the reaction from DARPA on there in the community. It's exactly the reaction everybody should have. You know, DARPA hearing that this is on a 50% discount immediately, when I'm going to get some more. Imagining, that this token launch comes when the platform comes live, the price jumps all the way to $40, is a madness in its own. I'm not saying that you're buying now and then you're looking to dump. No, that's not the point. The point is that even those who get to buy this at $40 will be buying it at a huge discount, because from what the CTO just spoke about, that's Mike, you can see value in whatever it is that's happening here. So for those who are buying, and it's for a limited time period. The pre-sale is for a limited time period. It's 50% discount. It's going for $20. Um, uh, the truth is, being present in this meeting, being present in this hangout, gives you like some 4-5 hours head start before those who get to listen to this, get to be aware that there's a 50% discount happening right now. So this is a pre-sale. John, is there anything you want me to let out? You want to talk about the
Yeah.
Zilly stuff?
Yep. So thanks for the segue there. Um actually, guys, so remember, I know we're on Discord right now, but something to know, and I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, understand that not everybody, even in DeFi, are on Discords. I mean, a large majority of them are, right? Either on Discord or Telegram. But there are also folks who just do YouTube, who just do Twitter, or maybe a combination of those, right? And we wanted to make sure, let's not leave anything on the table, right? Hence why Zeely, using the Zeely platform is so important, and getting folks onto there. And when we do any kind of invitations or any kind of like say, hey, come check out this project, is to send them the Zeely link, which I'll show on the screen here, just in a moment, as for the few people who are online as well as for you guys here. Um, let's see. So as I go to Zeely.io and go to our community, second, here we go. All right, let me just share the screen real quick. So that way, okay. So for those of you guys who are looking, just a reminder, I'm sure from the last video, and most of you guys who are here saw this, that this is our Fleemint quest board. Right now, it currently has these quests. The important thing to note here is that, see right here, it has Discord, Telegram, YouTube, Twitter, even Medium. It has a website, and it even has a white paper. So it basically gives people this is like the central hub. Look at it as a central hub, and for people to be able to then get the information that's needed. On top of that, there's also a section where we can make activities, where it seems like if you want to say, hey, we want them to like, follow, retweet, or even create their own tweets with a specific type of tweet, we could put them in this section right here, like for Twitter. So it helps to segregate things, and also to make sure that we know, hey, this is something I can do. There's some call to actions. You can separate with just straight YouTube stuff, content. And as we actually today, I'm going to announce something that's going to have some relevance to this. So we could look at our leaderboard. See right here, I see you guys already getting on here, doing the quests, getting the experience points. In this section, there's going to be a thing called a sprint. And these sprints, what's important about it is that when we basically, it's a campaign. We're launching a campaign of saying, hey, do this campaign, this sprint for these particular type of quests, and you will earn this reward, right? So when we do something like that, people can then say, cool, I can track whether I qualify in that campaign, instead of this general leaderboard that shows your Twitter, this our community engagement. But instead, these sprints are going to more talk about, hey, you're able to now access the special campaign and the rewards that come along with it, right? So that's where we want to keep a lookout on that. The other thing too is, give me a moment, let me go ahead and stop sharing. All right. The other thing here is to if you guys haven't already, I hope you guys been seeing the quest channel. It's been highlighting every time there's a new quest. It'll say new quest as up and running, right? So I'm pretty sure those people who are super engaging in the Zeely stuff are watching this, and just, it's easy. All you have to do, let's say for instance, you just click on this, right? And then it'll take you to the quest that you want to get out to here. Let me share this for those of you guys who are still looking. I want to share this screen so that way you guys also see that. Give me a second, close out some stuff here. There we go. Oh, oops, sorry, wrong one. Let me go to the right one. Sorry, guys. So if you look right here, and when there's a new quest comes out, instead of kind of looking, where's the quest at? When you click on the quest on that channel, if you guys get into this, the share screen here, let me make sure for the folks online. There we go. So it'll show up right here. It will just immediately show up, and you can go ahead and do the like the post, reply, retweet, As long as you do that, then you can claim the reward right here. You can go ahead and claim the reward, and you're able to get whatever's on there. So you don't have to like guess which quest is it. Just make sure to go to the quest channel when there's a new quest, and it'll actually show you the quest you need to go to. Okay, so super important to do it that way. All right. Go ahead and stop sharing this. There you go. So, in light of that, Daniel, are we ready to announce the campaign, or we want to wait that to the
Very.
last part?
No, we're very ready. We're very ready.
Okay,
We're good to
okay.
go. It's
Now,
time to let it out.
now that we said all this, now I do want to share with you guys this little campaign I've been cooking up. Give me a second, okay? Let me make sure I can get this released. Oh, nope. All right. So what we're doing is actually we've created a campaign to get people who want to be you know how we said it's a 50% discount right now from the launch price. Well, we've created a campaign, a special whitelist campaign. And what it is basically it's not just 50% off the launch token price, it's a 50% on the pre-sale price. And it's very, very, very limited. We're essentially making it so that the 500 people who are able to get into this whitelist, right, will have an opportunity to be able to buy 50 of our FLMC tokens. And set up $20, it'll be at $10. And you have to do it the way that I'm going to show you right now. Give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and publish here the quest. If you guys are looking on our Zeely board, I'm going to go ahead and get these all going. Give me a moment here. Edit. So if you look at our Zeely board, I'm going to go ahead and share with you all the screen for that. Let's go ahead and let's see, window. There we go. Share. All right. If you guys are looking, there's a get on the whitelist section has now populated on the Zeely board. If you look, it says start here. I'm only releasing this one right now because what it is that if you look here, there's going to be a list of quests. I'm not going to put them in there just yet, but as soon as this gets released, there's going to be a list of quests you have to complete. And essentially, you're going through a gauntlet of quests that says, hey, join Discord.
If you want the whitelist.
If you want to get on this whitelist. You don't have to do it if you don't, but either way, if you just want to do it because you want to support the project, go for it. However, in terms of the getting onto this whitelist, though, you have to complete a set of quests. And essentially make sure you have to claim the reward of every quest you do. And then after you do so, at the date when it's time to complete, right, you're going to have 24 hours to claim your spot on the whitelist. So once you get that 24, once you claim that spot, afterwards that we're going to make sure that you have your wallet address attached to your account on the Zeely, and we're going to be able to then take the 500 people who get onto the whitelist. We're going to get all your addresses, and then we're going to go ahead. I'm going to hand them to Mike and say, Mike, here's our people who qualify for the special pricing. And here's the thing, it's not going to be unlimited tokens. Again, it's not unlimited amount of tokens you could buy. It's going to be 50 tokens at the $10 price. Okay. Now, I'll hold off. There's a couple of things, that I was going to mention, but I'll wait till we'll see what happens. So, but anyways, as the quest gets released, you guys are going to see everything, all that stuff, and it's all time gated. So remember, if you look right here, you can't start this yet. It says right here, you can start in 5 days, 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 40 seconds, counting down. Okay. So and it's going to be for the first 500 people who complete this. Okay. So just remember that. Do not miss that. Okay. That's that on the campaign. Just keep your eye out on the quest channel as well as on the board. The sprint will come out, and that also will show you, hey, the time when it starts. So just be on the lookout for that. So remember, it's going to be, how do I separate the time zones here? So it's going to be Wednesday, PST time, it's going to be midnight. For the rest of the world, it's going to be on, let's see, UTC will be 8 hours, usually 7 hours ahead. So that's 7 a.m. And then for Singaporeans and the East Asia around that area, you guys are like 15 hours ahead. So it'll be like 3 p.m. right, your time. So I might adjust that because I know we're worldwide. But just know that it's going to happen sometime on Wednesday. Okay, just keep a watch on the timer and then make sure that you have that saved. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So we released the campaign, everything else.
Yeah, I think it's about time for those who have any sort of questions. We've been
Yes.
bombarding them with a lot of information, our fun on all of that. So if you have questions on what's not been clear, and Mike is here, please go ahead and ask. Let's hear what your thoughts are, so we can provide some more perspective to it.
Don't all ask at once now.
Yeah. You guys are welcome to either unmute or you can ask in this chat channel, which is here. I'll ping you guys. Or, if you say, hey, I can't find it, just do it in general chat and we'll keep an eye on general chat. So. Wow.
Let me just officially welcome Paul Yorin. He's one of our Zilly commanders.
Yep, I noticed.
He's right here, exactly.
He's on top of it. He came in right at the right time too.
Guy got, as in, he was mad on Zilly the other day. Like I was like, wow, So it's time to like recognize the guy. He's been doing really, really good. He's laughing.
Yeah. I got you. Oh, one thing I almost forgot to say, and I want to make sure I get this on camera as well as, or on the recording as well as for you guys to see. One thing that I wanted to emphasize, because part of the campaign is you have to invite one friend. You have to invite one friend, and that friend, whoever it is, you can mass send it out, whatever. I don't care how you do it, but one person, at least one person, gets invited. They join, and they have to complete a quest anywhere on the board to validate on the Zili community that they got it. Is you have to use this invite friend code right up here. It says invite friends. You click on it, right? And it says, if you look, it says at the bottom of it, invite link copied, right? So click on this invite friends link up here, and then that's going to be a unique friend code. Don't just give them the zili.io/c/Fleeman, because if you do that, then they just kind of just get in, right? Which is fine too, but you want to make sure it's counted towards you, and so that you can complete the invitation quest. So make sure to use that code whenever you're shooting like some kind of message to them. Say, hey, go and invite them. Okay. So that for that invite one, I'm gonna have Thomas, our marketing guy, create a copy pasta for you guys, so that way you guys can just make it easy. So wherever you go, whether on Twitter, whether on Discord, Telegram, you want to spread this out, go ahead and use that copy paste and make sure to use your specific invite code. Okay, so all right. Other than that, that's it for me in terms of the Q&A here. Anything, if anyone has any questions, you're welcome to speak up now. If not, I don't know,
Mike,
Daniel. Go ahead.
I want to know if Mike has any other thoughts.
I got lots of thoughts, but some of them have to be kept inside court order.
if you want to let out some alphas, you have like 2 minutes to do that.
Gotcha. Well, I can tell you this much. I can tell you this much. We have at least 6 projects that are in the works right now, and some of them are absolutely guaranteed, to make whoever wants to invest in them a healthy return. But each one of them will have certain limitations. So if you're not in them early, you may not be able to get in them at all. I can tell you, because remember, some of these companies, they're looking to do, essentially they're looking for financing at a good rate, and that's going to be paying you. But at the same time, once we hit that number, then we're done. It's closed, right? Until they decide they either want to do more or do something different. And those folks who are invested in that financing are going to get paid weekly their APR, and then at the end they're going to get their funds back, and they're going to be sitting happy, very fat and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to also say this, Fleming is built like a proper city. Um, just to let everyone know, everybody's role in that city is different. What we will try to do, um, as an organization, is to make sure that everyone who goes out, um, preaching the words of Fleming and inviting people into the community will definitely get rewarded for doing so. This is one of the motivations for this Zilly contest. We understand that not everybody comes in with a bag of cash to take their positions as whales, but if you're ready to join hands with the community and work for the community in propagating what Fleming is about, there's also that opportunity for you to grow in the community, to be whatever it is you want to be in the Fleming community. That's what we want to do. So this daily contest is um, for us to appreciate our early comers, who's taking their position in the place. This discount will never happen again. Like Mike said, I'll just summarize one beautiful thought that I got from lots of beautiful thoughts from him, but one that stuck out is we are relying on this crazy stuff called maths. In DeFi, not many projects do so. For every reward that goes out to every person in the Fleming system, it is backed by fiat. We are not bringing out rewards from thin air. There is value backing every reward that goes out. So it means every venture that we've gone into partnership with is paying for that reward that you're getting. He also said in the very beginning of this discussion that this is an opportunity for you to be the bank. He may not have put it that way. He put it in the CTO way. I'm putting it in the way that makes it look. So, anyways, you can be the bank by buying up FLMC tokens, because what it means is by creating LP with whatever project you want to be in, you're supplying liquidity to them, and whatsoever it is they're supposed to be paying to the banks, they're paying to you. Um, these are some of the beautiful ways that you can profit from here, and it's important that you're at very early stages of a company that it's going to be as big as Amazon or whatever it is you have in your head as that big company is. You're just in the infancy stages of this. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah. And actually, to that point,
Well done. And yeah, you are going to be the bank. I mean, that's really what
Yeah.
it comes down to. But I don't usually, I
Yeah.
don't say that B word. But yeah,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
Sorry, I was just going to say that be the bank thing. That was actually one of the original taglines we thought about, but we don't like the B word.
Yeah, we don't like the B word, to be honest. Yeah.
because actually, do you remember the Occupy movement? Everyone doesn't like corporations. Corporations screw us because banks are screwing them, and the banks are screwing them with our money.
Yep.
So cut the middleman out, and actually the corporations might not screw us so much because things cost less for them. Maybe it costs less for us. Maybe we do a better job than the Fed by actually bringing prices down by lowering the cost of money. That's the bigger global scale of this thing. The whole of everybody who participates in the ecosystem is actually benefiting all of business. That's the end goal.
Yeah. And who knows, guys? Who knows? Like, if these Web2 businesses behaviorally, right, change their thought pattern over time, that even then seeing the benefits of what we're doing in terms of lowering rates and giving benefit to our investors, who knows, through Fleemit, because we have these special partnerships, we can get special, deals with them, right? I'm not going to claim anything, but I'm just saying that that's something that could be on the table too. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying that though, because that's what's important, is that when we're saying we have these deals in the pipeline, it means we signed the contract with them. So just so you guys understand, right? But in the future, as we grow our portfolio, the better we do, the more leverage we have and on these tables. And man, I'm just telling you, These are amazing deals that's happening. I don't want to sound like that a certain former president, but yeah, the deal was amazing. Amazing deals. The talk was amazing. I'm not gonna say that, but I am gonna say these are pretty cool
They're the
opportunities that we
best
are
deals in
getting.
the history of the planet.
Right. All right. So, Daniel, I know you want to take it home. If you want to have some
Yeah.
final thoughts that you want to give.
No, I just want to thank everybody for coming in on the show. We'll continue to make sure that everyone that comes in on the show have privileges and head starts that the everyday community member doesn't. And there is no apologies to that. If you
I got one.
participate in, if you participate in,
Sorry, go ahead, Daniel. I got one thing. We're done. Sorry, go ahead.
okay, cool. If you participate in what the community's engagement is about, you should be rewarded. We believe so, and we're gonna keep doing that.
All right. So listen up, guys. Make sure everyone get your fingers warmed up and ready. I got a quick pop quiz, and you can earn one FLMC token. All right, I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to get yourselves ready. That's all I get when you. So here we go. How many projects did I say we have signed and in the pipeline? First person to answer wins. Anybody?
Someone is typing.
Someone's typing. They got it. Yep.
Yes,
There it is.
They got it. They got it on the money. Real
All
one.
right. Perfect. So go ahead and get your wallet. Your inbound wallet to either actually go ahead and give it to Daniel or John, and then I'll gift you a FLMC token later tonight.
Awesome.
Cool. I thought I saw Thomas typing. I was about to block him.
No, Thomas. We know that you can answer the question, but we actually take money from you. So
That's our marketing man, the big guy in marketing, So if he types, now he's blocked. Anyways, John, it's you to close the show. It's been a nice time.
Gotcha. Well, hey, listen, guys. Super again, Daniel, as Daniel said, really appreciative of all you guys who both are joining us live, but also the folks who are also joining us later as they're watching the recording. I just really appreciate you guys taking the time. It takes time. It takes effort as well, as we got these campaigns going for you guys. So we're not just saying we're working, right? We understand that you all who are part of our community and engaging actively with us are working as well. Because I know as much as we want the success, you guys want to get the success as well. And that's why this is a symbiotic relationship where there's mutual benefits to this. As we do our part, we also understand the community has to do your part as well. So we appreciate you guys. We never want to take for granted all the efforts and all the support you guys given us. So, and these campaigns that we're doing is also a way to appreciate you guys, and want to make sure we reward you properly. We're not just saying, hey, just do these things so it works out, but it's more like, hey, we want to make it so that there's some extra fun and rewards in the things that you do for us. So again, appreciate you. Remember, guys, something to this is something we need a mantra in our heads. No longer is DeFi and crypto going to be just the P model, or which is the nice word pyramid, but it's going to be on the V model of value. That it's going to be money that's coming in from not within ourselves and cannibalizing, but it's truly, we're going to get the real world, both Web2 real world assets, using Web3 technology, and be able to, again, if you guys read our white paper, our mission is to revolutionize the world through Web3. And we're going to do this through Web3 technology. So start getting the word out, guys. You don't have to wait for us to give you tweets to do. You could do it, but if you want to, you can go. We can create a daily tweet that you guys just tweet out, right? And that way you can hashtag it at the proper people. So that way, if you guys have Twitter, you guys can go ahead and actively start doing that as well. So again, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Sorry, John, for those who are not looking into the chat, Mike just said for everyone who's in the chat, send your wallet address to John, and then you get one FLMC.
Oh man!
So for coming in at all, you get an FLMC. You know what that means? Like, it's crazy.
We just gave you free $20. Here's $20, guys, free.
Yes, exactly. So silver gets 2, everybody else get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
mad.
yeah. Yep. So those of you guys who
Beautiful.
are in the chat right now. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks for
everybody.
coming.
Yep. Exactly. Great start to the weekend. Can't wait to Wednesday. Remember, guys, Wednesday, keep your eye on the Zly on the quest board. The timer's there. So soon as it happens, you guys are gonna have access to all the different quests and you're able to get it. Just know that you have to claim the rewards. Don't forget that, okay?
And let's tell those who didn't make it what we just got as gifts, please. Spread it out in the general chat. Let them know what they missed.
Yep,
That's right.
exactly. And I can tell you this much, whenever I'm around, I always like to give away tokens, as you guys know. That's
Oh no!
All right, we'll see you guys next week, or I'm not sure. We having a call next. We're having another AMA next week, or what are we?
You have a permanent place now with that announcement you just made. You have a permanent place.
Actually,
I'm
I
busy
was just
now.
thinking we need to keep Mike off of these AMAs. We can't afford to give away so much.
Yeah, well, we had an allotment, but now unfortunately, they're gone.
Oh boy.
No, you guys. Thanks for everyone coming, and we appreciate it and spread the word. Again, if you guys don't realize that participation is a big part of the community and part of what we try in the drive here. So, you guys have a good weekend.
Same here. Bye.
All right, everyone. Take care. See you next time.